of times we get involved in church and we think that everything that God's going to do is a long time off. I need to speak a word in season to you this morning. I need y'all to hear me this morning. Wherever you're at, whatever direction you're going in, wherever you see your family, however you feel pressed down, I need to tell you this morning that there's a thing called faith. And the power of faith is a whole lot bigger than what you think. A lot of people come to church and they get this narrow vision and they get this shallow vision of faith. Faith is just that thing that helps you believe. If you don't have faith, then you can't believe. And I understand that because faith is that place. But when you read in Ephesians, and Paul breaks it down and he talks about the armor of God, he says there's a helmet of salvation. Because salvation comes, most people think it like this. They say, well, in my heart, Jesus lives. And we've been taught that, and I don't want to hurt your feelings. But when you got saved, Jesus didn't come into your heart and reside there. Because a doctor can take your heart out and pull it out on the table and put another one in. But he came into your mind, because as you thinketh, as you begin to think in your mind, so your heart didn't get saved, your heart changed, but your mind got the salvation. You got the mind of Christ. There ain't no doctor in this world that can change your mind or move out your mind, because that's a soulless thing. That is the thing that only God can mess with, or only God can do. And so the helmet of salvation, and I could preach this, but I got to go on down. He talks about the breastplate of righteousness, and then he says the shield of faith. If you was a Roman soldier and you had a shield that was big enough that you could squat down just a little bit, and it could guard your whole body, because all they fired at those times was darts and arrows. They didn't have those M60s, and they didn't have those, whatever Russ has, the BB guns. And so if you had a shield that was big enough that you could stand guard behind, then you was not afraid to go into any battle. There was no hill that you saw or envisioned that you couldn't take, because you knew that at time when the heat of battle, that your faith would protect you. I need somebody to hear me this morning. That there is a time, Jesus said, in the last days, that men's heart will fear them, or fail them for fear. We are living in that day and that hour where ISIS has triggered a fear. But when you get a real soldier of God, when you get a real woman of God, and they had that shield of faith, and they got a vision, and they know where they're going, honey, there's nothing going to stop them from taking the mountain. Hallelujah. You have a peace. You have a power. You have something guarding you. Faith, yes, we need to have faith, because only faith pleases God. But you got to understand, faith works much bigger than just pleasing God. It's your protector. Because you can believe in God and shield yourself in your belief. God will protect you. Your vision. Listen, your vision will affect many other people. Your vision isn't just for you. When I came to Pittsburgh, Kansas, I was still in awe, and I look up, and it still just amazes me at the things that God is doing in just a short time. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm not trying to be arrogant. But there's been preachers in this area for years who have not gotten to the place that LifeChangers Church has gotten to. It has nothing to do with Roger Brown, because I got a high school education and I had to go through it twice to get it. I tell people all the time, 4th grade was the best 4 years of my life. But when God places a vision, I I need somebody to hear me, because I believe you are on the brink of a vision. You have been attacked this week, this month, this year, you name it. You are now walking down a road you did not ever see yourself. Things are happening that you're looking around and you've done everything to prevent, but you can't prevent it. You've walked off in it, and the enemy's sitting back and he's laughing. I need to tell you, honey, pull up your